all, welcome back to the channel. And today, I reckon it's about time that we start at least to finish off Studio Series 86 Devastator. We have previously looked at Scrapper, Bone Crusher, and the Commander Class 2-pack of Hook and Longhaul. Well, we're going to continue today with this guy, Scavenger. He will be our focus in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, light 'em up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And this is Scavenger from the Studio Series 86 line, whom I'm going to compare, of course, as I have been doing, with the Combiner Wars version. And I will not be showing the combined mode version here. At least I'm not planning on it. It might change when I get over to the table. We're working toward that, though. We're working toward that. Without any further ado, how about we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And so here we are with the last of the 86 Constructicons. Whew, this has been quite an ordeal trying to do all of these. I'm not going to lie. This, of course, is Scavenger, the other arm. We have not combined any of the Constructicons yet. We've just seen them, you know, each have their time to shine in comparison to the Combiner Wars with the Perfect Effect PCO7 upgrades. Not that that really affects Scavenger, because he didn't really have anything from that set other than his blaster. After this video, the next video will be Devastator proper, where we will compare the two Devastators. So I won't be kind of going into that here. So this is the packaging. We have Scavenger over here. Really in both bot and tractor mode. Devastator over here, and of course on the back we have both modes for Scavenger. Over here, this is not a mistake, they all just happen to have an Autobot logo on them. We've got a double-sided sheet of instructions, but I'm not going to lie to you. If you know the Combiner Wars Scavenger, you're going to know this guy and have zero problem with him, because much like with Hook, much like with Scrapper, especially if you have the Takara or the Perfect Effect set on him, this is pretty much an exact recreation. Not quite, but 99% the same as Combiner Wars. On the top we have the Perfect Effect blaster for Scavenger. On the bottom we have the official 86. I mean, the 86 looks really good, there's no doubt about it. And of course here we have both of the Scavengers together, the Combiner Wars and the 86. Hard to compare these guys because one's a deluxe and one's a Voyager, the 86 being a deluxe, the Combiner Wars being a Voyager. I mean, they're very similar. The legs of the Combiner Wars extend. I think that the legs here look better. But other than that, the transformation stuff very, very, very similar. Do you like bigger or do you like smaller? That's kind of what it boils down to, right? In terms of looks, again, the Combiner Wars is going for a little bit more animation accuracy, what with the like red and silver detail up here on the chest. So just taking him out of it right now and focusing on this guy for a moment. Starting from the feet, working our way up, the all purple pants and shoes is correct. Though we do have added silver here and here, that's not correct. But I'm not complaining. The green on the back, the green for the entirety of the arms, all correct. The Decepticon logo and the silver on the chest, correct. The silver on the face, the black head, the red visor, all correct. In terms of looks for the guy, I mean, I gotta give him a 10. How can I not give him a 10, right? What about the articulation for him? We have a head that goes left and right, kind of wiggles up and down. Arm goes all the way around, full T-pose out to the side. We have bicep, or I guess because of the ball peg, we have a bicep rotation or an elbow rotation. Nothing at the wrist unless you count folding in, but no wrist rotation, a little bit of a bummer. No waist, which I really thought he was going to have a waist. Legs forward, legs back, legs all the way out to the side, thigh swivel, knee to 89 degrees, like it's not quite 90, but it's pretty darn close. Ankle tilt, toe forward, toe back. A waist would be nice, wrists would be nice, you know. This guy tends to be a little bit, I guess I gotta straighten the legs up. He tends to be, if the legs aren't perfectly straight, he tends to be a little back heavy. The Combiner Wars though, I mean, that also didn't have a waist, you know. The knees on that are also not quite 90 degrees, and they're up a little higher. It's hard to say, really hard to compare. I'm going to say that the articulation on this guy, no waist and no wrist. 8.5, let's say 8.5, so a 10 for the look, an 8.5. He's like a 9.25 at this juncture. We're going to do the transformation, which, like I said, is going to seem real familiar if you know the Combiner Wars. Straighten up that arm and fold that in. Straighten up that arm, fold that in. Fold the toes, fold the toes. We're going to open the chest, fold in the head, close up the chest. We will pick out the arm of the tractor, I guess. Bring this side out from the chest. And, is it around like this I'm supposed to go? I think so. I believe so, yeah. This comes down? Yeah, like that. Then on this side, we actually have to pick this off. It actually pegs in. It didn't peg in on Combiner Wars. So worth noting here that it does. Bring that up. Bring this down. Bring this all the way over. There we go. Peg in. You should be able to. There's a little peg here that goes to a little peg hole here, but I do find it to be a bit of a nuisance to line it up. And we bring these up and we bring that in. Give me a second because I got to get these pegs in, but we're almost there. I want to apologize for two things I mucked up. One, you don't turn the waist around. I thought you did for some weird reason. You do bring the leg out to the side, and then the whole thing goes in over this and also up here. So the whole leg tabs in like that. Then when this comes down, as I said, there's a little peg here that goes in back here. I do find it to be a chore to put it in. I got it in on the other side. There you go. And I got it in here. So now, boom, in the end here we have Scavenger in his tractor mode. And I'm not going to lie, I like this a bit better than the Combiner Wars, if for no other reason than this moves this way and this moves. The Combiner Wars is static unless you get an upgrade kit for it, which I didn't get. Otherwise, most of the movements are very, very similar. In fact, these guys are so similar that the little bit of extra that I have to do with the waist here, I thought I had to do with the waist here. That's what messed me up. I like this, which means I basically like this. I think the transformation is a 10. And overall, I think he's about a 9.5. They're definitely very comparable, but I think I like this one a little bit more. Though, I am happy to report that this does move. The bucket doesn't move. That's the difference. Like, they're so similar that it's easy for me to kind of confuse aspects of one with the other. Now that we see the two of them here, it's kind of which scale, which coloring do you prefer best? But I suppose it's only fair that if we have both of these guys here, and finally, in all their glory, here we have all 6 members of the Constructicons. Man, do they barely ever fit in frame. But you get an idea of how the entirety of the team looks together in robot mode, which I think is very uniform. I like the purples, I like the greens. Again, we've done this through the whole process. I would be remiss if I didn't show the entire team in comparison to their Combiner Wars counterparts. So that looks like this. Close enough. You get the idea. The Combiner Wars are a deeper green. The purples are very similar purples though, but a deeper green, and they're obviously larger. I've said this all along that I feel like, for the most part, the Constructicons, how can I put this? I feel like for the most part the Constructicons for the 86 line are taking what was done with the Combiner Wars and improving on the things that were mistakes in the past, if that makes sense. So yeah, as a team of Constructicons, I mean, do you like bigger or do you like smaller? Do you like the more pale gray or green? Do you like the deeper green? It's an aesthetic difference. Though I will say that the issues that I had and people had with the Combiner Wars, if you didn't get the Perfect Effect upgrade kit to fix those issues, then honestly, the 86 does a beautiful job of remedying just that. That we at least try to show both teams here. It's very, very hard to do this, by the way. And now that we've got all of the Constructicons in vehicle mode, the next stop will be Devastator, because Devastator goes together from them in vehicle mode. As a set of Constructicons, I love the Combiner Wars, but they did need the benefit of the Perfect Effect upgrade kit for 3 or 4 of them. The 86 takes the issues of the Combiner Wars and fixes it. I'm very comfortable in saying that if you want a set of Constructicons that are going to look the right scale and the right look and the right aesthetic in your collection, your mainline collection, then the 86 is probably the way to go. I would not suggest you go back and get the Combiner Wars at this point. I would not suggest you get the KO downsize of Combiner Wars. I would say make the proper investment for Constructicons and get the 86. Now, will I still think the same when we combine him as Devastator? Time will tell. But as far as a Scavenger goes here, I think that Scavenger scored really, really well at a 9.5, say. And as a set of Constructicons, I think they're very successful. On to Devastator. And here we are once again, and here he is, and this is very much like I said with Scrapper a long time ago. I like the Combiner Wars. I like this. It's pretty much the exact same thing. The only thing's different is that you don't extend the leg. You just, you know, have a knee that bends. This is certainly smaller. Still no waist. That's a bit of a bummer. This piece of the arm, the bucket, now moves, which is nice. And I think that I prefer, like, though this guy still has a little bit of hollowness in his arms, I like the hollowness here better than the Combiner Wars. I figure the Combiner Wars has a little too much, but oh, and I like that this actually tabs in instead of just goes back behind his shoulder. It's minor differences, but if you know the Combiner Wars and how that transforms and stuff, then you basically know how this transforms and how this is going to work. It's very familiar. Yes, there are instructions, but I can't say as I really needed them. I just sort of did what I figured would be logical, and it worked out. He's great. Again, this is a case of, I wouldn't say go back and get the Combiner Wars if you already own it. I don't know if this is different enough to count as an upgrade, but I totally understand if you're in for the 86 why you would wonder how good or bad this guy is. As a standalone member of the Constructicons, both in vehicle mode and in robot mode, I think he is fabulous. Will he make a great arm? Time will tell. But for now, I think that Scavenger is a success. Let me know what you think about Scavenger. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, pardon me, I had a frog in my throat there, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.